Welcome everybody to this BCB semi-final clash between Falkirk Fury and Yorkshire Dragons here in Grangebury Sports Complex. A rematch from the group stages where Yorkshire came out on top with a comprehensive victory, but that was down in Yorkshire and we are back in Falkirk tonight, so let's see if the result changes. I'm Brian Munnock and I'm here with Fraser Malcolm. Fraser, what do you think of tonight's game?
Thanks, Brian. I think it's going to be a very good game tonight. These two teams have played before, but I think this evening, Fury have added a couple of more players and have been playing better recently, so I think we're in for a close game tonight.
Absolutely, and I think just a bit of housekeeping to let the viewers know, Yorkshire were delayed on the way up the road. I think their bus broke down, so they've had a less than ideal preparation for this game, but it's also meant there's been a slight delay to the tip-off time. So we've got three minutes to go until tip-off, until we get into this semi-final. So Fraser, you have a bit more experience playing against some of these players than I do. Who are some of the key players on the Yorkshire team that you think we should look out for tonight?
Yeah, I'd say for Yorkshire they have a few players that have played in the British Basketball League and the SLB before. I think the three main players to kind of look out for that I've played against, Nick Lewis, point guard, he's a score-first guard, so I think he's going to be looking to get a shot early. Jordan Whelan is also playing, former Manchester and Worcester player. He's a very good driver to the basket, can also play in the post, so I think that's something that maybe a Prince Onwas ends up guarding to try and limit his paint touches. And then finally David Ulf, former Cheshire and Manchester player, coming off a game last week where he had 29 points and 22 rebounds, so that's someone that maybe Ali has to deal with, keeping him off the glass and making sure that he's not getting those easy baskets around the rim.
Absolutely, yeah. And on the Fury side of things, it's the kind of usual suspects that I'm sure a lot of people watching tonight will know already. So Ali Fraser and Johnny Bunyan, former Rocks and Gladiators teammates, along with Prince Onwas. So the kind of main three, but obviously supported by the likes of Bantu Burrows and Murray Hendry, and then Eddie Laginas. They're the main six players, I would say, for Fury, but there are also other bench players that could come in and support when needed.
Yeah, I'd say, Johnny obviously shoots the ball very well, and I think they'll look to go to Ali early on to kind of establish some paint touches and put some, maybe get some players in foul trouble. And I think the pace that Fury play at tonight is going to dictate the outcome of the game. If they're able to keep Yorkshire out of transition, limit their fast break points, and if they're able to take control shots down the other end, I think Fury have a good chance tonight.
Absolutely, and then one other main change from the first game that they played is Fury had Faro Alihodzic played for them at the time, and he has since left the team, so that will be a big change to the inside presence that Fury had previously. So here we are, teams are out. Starting five for Fury, we've got Johnny Bunyan, number 9, Bantu Burrows, number 6, Ali Fraser's number 15, Murray Hendry, number 8, and Prince Onwas is number 13. And then on the Yorkshire side, we've got Nick Lewis, number 93, Jordan Whelan, 23, David Ulf is number 10, number 9 is Corey Johnson, and number 5 is Jack Nico. Here we're just getting ready for the tip. Ian McDonald's the head referee. And tip won by Murray Hendry and ball straight to Prince Onwas. Should be in for a loud one tonight, so hopefully you can hear us throughout the game. Ball hits the wing here for Onwas. Finds Murray at the free throw line. Bunch of different moves here. To a turnaround jumper, under pressure, not necessarily Murray's shot.
Yeah, I'd say good defence by Yorkshire that first possession. What an atmosphere here in Grangemouth Sports Complex. It's very loud. Hopefully you can hear us back home. But yeah, a controlled offence by Fury here, and Big Ali for the finish.
Yeah, that should really be the bread and butter offence for Fury, is try to find Ali Fraser in the post as much as possible. He excelled at that level in the BBL for years, so this is something that he should translate to this level here.
Yeah, Corey Johnson with an answer there, you know, a former Lesser Riders and Newcastle Eagles player. Also had a spell.
And Bantu answers back with another three. After a good start here.
I have to step up my commentary, my speed here. I'm kind of lagging behind Brian. Sorry, I can't keep up with you.
No, I don't think either of us can keep up with the game. That's a tough finish there. Tough finish. I think something that Fury can't do is get caught into a running game with this Yorkshire team. If that happens, it's not in their favour. So I think they need to control the tempo by scoring and being able to set up their half-court defence.
Yeah, I said it before the game, it's going to be who controls the game at their pace. As we see, you know, a very quick shot taken by Yorkshire, but good transition defence by Fury there, forcing them into a tough shot. Onwas
now looking for Murray in the post. Couple of dribbles down. That's a much better move by Murray, but not to go this time, but end line ball to the Fury. We've got Bunyan here on the right side of the right wing, looking for a ball screen from Fraser. Refuses it, fadeaway jumper, and he makes it. Fury after a hot shooting start from three today.
Great shot by Johnny. I think Fury are going to live by the three here.
Which is not what I would expect or want them to do. I would say Fury have an advantage on the inside in this against this team, so hopefully they can pick up their inside presence later in the game.
Yeah, a tough finish again by Nick Lewis. I wouldn't be surprised here if they go back to Ali in the post like they did that second possession.
Here's Fraser for a free throw line jumper. Just rims out, unfortunately. Got Whelan here attacking Bunyan on the wing. It was good defence by Johnny, but just better offence there. You'd look to find some help defence there because he kind of made a couple of moves and was Johnny was left on his own. Oh, good passing cut there by Onwas. Looked like there could have been a foul, but no call.
Yeah, I've been really encouraged with the way that Falkirk are moving the ball to begin this game.
That's good defence, good help there by Murray. And what's the call here? Travel. Great defence by the Fury. Fury are a team that have got a large youth set up, and that is primarily the people that are making all the noise tonight. Here we go, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. We've got Bantu Burrows bringing the ball up the court on the right wing, looking for a ball screen from Ali Fraser. Good defence by Yorkshire's making it tough for them though. Onwas, another three. Just off this Fury's first missed three, but Ali Fraser with a big offensive rebound and put back.
Yeah, that's the matchup that I think we're going to look out for tonight. Ali against David Ulf. You know, both of them very good in the paint, so whoever wins that matchup will definitely help their team.
Turn around by Johnny. Short. So air ball always favours the offensive team because the defence is always expecting a rebound to come off the glass or off the board. Fraser at the top of the key. He has that shot if he wants it. Great move there by Burrows. Again by Fraser. Looks like there's a lot of contact down there. Way to go by Ali Fraser, sticking with it.
Yeah, Big Ali off to a great start, really establishing his presence down low.
17-11 here to start the game, halfway through the first quarter. Been a really high energy start to the game. Both teams playing well from inside and outside, so looks like we're in for a good game. Oh. Pass just a little bit off the mark there by Bunyan. Not like him, he's normally very accurate with those sorts of things. Whelan able to step into a rhythm three there. That's, for these guys, that's an easy shot.
Yeah, you can't give him too many looks like that. He's too good a shooter to not knock that down consistently.
Fraser, Bunyan, pick and roll. They've been running that since they're about 12 years old, but this time the pass is off the mark. Exact same shot, exact same spot. You can't let that happen. And just like that, we're 17 all tied up.
Yeah, a very fast-paced start to this game. It will be interesting to see if they can keep this up for the whole game.
Burrows to answer back. No, off the mark. There's Lewis just trying to calm the game down a little bit here. That was great help defense there by Murray. He read the pass coming all the way. Just followed by a ridiculous decision there, but threw that behind the back pass. Fury need to treasure their possessions and limit turnovers as much as possible.
Yeah, that's 3 turnovers in the last couple of minutes for Fury. You know, Yorkshire are a really talented team. They're going to have to take care of the ball and, you know, maybe look to go back inside and slow the game down with Ali this next possession. But you know, Jordan peeling off that good start. But, you know, they can't give him too many spot up walk-in threes and let him get comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely, Fraser. And here is Whelan again. He's had a hot start. But the kick out there to Johnson off the mark. Fury with a team rebound there. You can't leave Bunyan open for three like that. That's a let off for Yorkshire. He's normally pretty automatic from there. Another step in three there from Yorkshire. Can't go underneath on screens on this team. Nice pass inside by Fraser. Turn around by Murray. Nothing. There's been no fouls called in this first 7 minutes of action, which is extremely rare for this refereeing team. No help defence again there for Fury, and that's given the first timeout of the game called by Falkirk Fury.
Yeah, I think it's been a positive start for Fury. You know, defensively, I think they need to try and take away some of those three-point shots to begin with. You know, speaking to Ali before the game, he said that they've been working a lot on a lot of Yorkshire's plays, you know, defending their Spanish pick and roll. So yeah, hopefully this time out just for JB to kind of settle the team down and make sure that they're locking in on the personnel.
Yeah, it's been very high energy. No fouls called, and that's the first time out. So that's been 7 minutes of basically uninterrupted play, which takes it out of you. So this hopefully gives Fury a chance to just catch a breath, regroup. After a quick start, Yorkshire have pegged them back and now have a 5-point lead. So if Fury can get into the end of the first quarter around about this stage, tied or a few points either way, I think they'll be happy. Right, and we are back here now. We've had a sub for Fury. We've got Edvinus Laginas, who's coming for Johnny Bunyan. And he inbounds it to Bantu Burrows here, who brings it up the left-hand side of the court. Takes the screen from Fraser. Swings it across. Fury run in motion here, looking for Fraser inside. He's got the matchup that he wants. And the first foul called of the game. And he's called it shooting. So Ali Fraser heads to the line for 2.
Yeah, I think that was a good time out by JB. As you said, there's been no fouls called so far in the first 7 minutes of the game. So to get something inside, get something cheap and send Ali to the line to kind of get him back in his rhythm.
Yeah, a bit of debate here from the Yorkshire coach whether that was a shooting foul or not, and I would probably sympathise with them. But the Fury fan in me will take the two shots all day long. Ali 2 for 2 from the line there. Off to a good start. 19-22 here in favour of the Dragons as they are on offence and have Whelan at the top of the key. Eddie hedges out, plays good defence, but that's just better offence.
Yeah, that's just a really tough shot by Jordan Whelan. He's been doing that for a long time. But Fury straight back down the other end of the court. Good steal by Murray and good finish.
Yeah, it was a great pass by Eddie, identifying the mismatch inside. Murray had position and he put the ball right where it needed to go. Oh, Whelan is off to an incredible start. Another really difficult layup made there. It's a great move there by Eddie. I think he just needs to go up rather than trying to dish it off to Fraser. Jump ball called there, and I think that should be Yorkshire ball. Break in play here for some perspiration on the court. But we have 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the score is Yorkshire Dragons 26, Falkirk Fury 21. Lewis there was complaining about contact coming down the court, took his eye off the ball, and Onwas had a great defensive play to come and tip the ball from behind, but tips it straight out of play. It is Yorkshire inbound ball, 2 minutes to go in the first. Inbounded to Miko, back to Lewis. That's a long three there, but a long rebound straight out back to Whelan. And good hands there by Onwas for a sideline ball.
Yeah, Prince a very good defender. Jordan Whelan's had a very good start to this game, so that's the adjustment by Fury to put Prince on him to try and slow him down since he's done the bulk of their scoring.
The first sub of the game here now for Yorkshire. Eddie Brownell come into the game, and there's some great defence there by Bantu. Got Murray Hendry in the post here, one bounce, right hook shot, off the glass, good finish.
Yeah, I really like that play from Murray, being really aggressive. Got the height advantage on Corey Johnson and just taking him straight down to the post.
Yeah, it was really patient as well, didn't rush anything, took his time and got to a spot that he's comfortable from. Here comes Johnny Bunyan in for Ali Fraser, so there need to be some changes defensively. And it's followed by another sub here by Yorkshire, David Ulf coming out. Ball inbounded here to Corey Johnson. Step back three, comes up short, but rebounded there by Miko. Kicks it out. Ball now with Lewis. He's got Burrows on him, good defence. And called for a travel. That's the second warning now the Yorkshire coach has had from the referee, so he'll need to watch it. Got Fury ball here, 1 minute 10 to go. Bunyan brings it up the court. Fury now with a three-guard lineup. They're relatively small without Ali on the court.
Yeah, just even going on that last possession, I think this is where Fury really need to have all five players box out. That's a great pass by Murray to Prince. It's a great read by Prince and it's a great find by Murray. Those two working well to start this game, and good defence by Bantu.
Yeah, excellent defence by Bantu. It's kind of what he's known for. He's a pest. He really hassles and harries opposition point guards, and he's getting rewarded for a little break here, the last 48 seconds of the quarter. And young Hamza coming in, who's only 17, 16, something like that. So a great experience for the young kid. Got Hendry at the top of the key, running some down screens on the baseline, finds Bunyan on the wing. I'll be looking for Onwas in the post here. Great kick out at Venus for 3. Yes! Excellent offense there by Fury. Great patience.
Great patience. Probably got away with a foul there as well. Good foul by Bunyan to stop the clock. You know, there's only been 2 fouls called in this game so far, so Fury still have 3 more to kind of break Yorkshire before the end of the and put them back on the sideline before the end of the quarter. So, you know, Johnny just showing his experience there. Good foul to give.
Yeah, 18 seconds to go in the quarter here. Young Fidel on Lewis. Bit of pressure. I think Fury will need to have some help defence here. 9 seconds. Great defence by Fury. 4 seconds to go. Bunyan. Oh, and it just misses it. It's a great pass there by Johnny Bunyan to Hendry, but just misses it on the buzzer.
Yeah, I'd say once Ali went off and Fury went a bit smaller, you know, they were able to put on a bit more ball pressure since they were playing more guards in their lineup, and really turned Yorkshire over a lot to finish that quarter. Great defence there by Fury.
Yeah, we spoke about that timeout that Fury called with 3 minutes to go in the quarter, and they were down by 5. And since that point, they've had a great turnaround and now end the quarter up by 2. So the timeout called by JB has totally stopped the momentum from Yorkshire and allowed Fury to get another stronghold in the game. And we're back here. We're starting the second quarter. Fury lead by 2. Only 1 foul apiece, which is extremely rare, but shows that the game's been played in a good nature. We've got Murray Hendry setting a screen here for Onwas. He's got a matchup that he likes. Goes straight to the basket, and he's just too strong. I don't think that was going to go in anyway, but still frustrating. So our offensive basket interference there by Hendry. Here we go, we've got Whelan with the ball, bring up the left-hand side of the court. He's looking to drive to the basket on Leginas, and he gets right again to the basket. Yorkshire are getting into the key too easily from the outside. The Fury need to step up their help defence or just stay in front of their men. Here we go, Edvinas drives into the centre of the lane, and good defence there by Yorkshire to get a tip on that. Nice pass there by Whelan for a Johnson step-in 3 in rhythm.
Yeah, Whelan's really started taking over. He started this game really well. He's kind of been the main focal point of their offence, you know, not just scoring like he has done in the first quarter, but, you know, also finding Corey Johnson for that spot up 3. Fury going back down to Prince in the post, trying to get something towards the basket. Great spin move by Prince.
Yeah, that's a matchup Prince likes. He's went to it twice now in the second quarter. He's got the weight and strength advantage there, so let's see him do that a bit more often. Johnson again open on the wing, and again makes it. Fury have been giving up too many open threes here to Yorkshire. That's something that they really need to address moving forward in this game.
Yeah, I think you could see Murray there talking about listening out for the switch. They're trying to switch out onto Corey Johnson there to not give him any spot up threes. Good drive by Johnny, good kick out, and Prince for three. Just a little bit short, but he gets his own miss.
Prince again in the post. This is the same position that we were in last time, and he gets a foul there. Not something I could see from here, but we need to trust the referee on that, and we'll take a foul on Yorkshire, definitely. A couple of subs coming in for Fury. We've got Bantu coming back in for Hamza, and then Ali Fraser coming back in for Murray Hendry for his first rest of the game. We've had a sub here for Yorkshire as well, and at the same time we've got David Alphys come back in for number 2, who is Eddie Brownell. Inbound pass to Bunyan. He finds Fraser in the post. He's getting double teamed, and tough pass there, but it was a good look. We've got Lewis on the wing here at the 3-point line, kicks it back out to Whelan, who drives into the key again. He's too strong to get in there on some of the Fury's smaller guards.
Yeah, he's a mismatch nightmare. You know, you put someone bigger on him, he's got the pace to go by them. You put someone a little bit smaller, and he's really good at getting to the basket and using his strength.
Prince getting caught into a bit of a trap there. Needs to move the ball a little bit earlier, turns the ball over. Here's Whelan attacking again. Maybe got away with a push off there, but bad pass in the end.
Yeah, great help defense though by Johnny. Johnny looking ahead to Prince. Fury have numbers here if they go quick.
Ball's moving very well here. Johnny just take the three the first time, settles for the second, and makes a three.
Yeah, if you break Johnny's shot, you can't give him another look at it. You know, you've really got to go up on him because you know he's very comfortable shooting here.
We've got Onwas out on Joseph. Maybe we need to get a little bit closer than that. Fake the three a few times. Great defense around the back there by Onwas. But ball rebounds right to Ulf, who makes a great move inside. Great defense there by Fury. No shot clock violation because ball had already turned over, so Fury on offense with Onwas on the left wing. He's looking for Fraser inside. Finds him. Double team here as he's kicked out to Bantu. Swings round to Bunyan for another three, same spot. This time comes up a little bit short.
Yeah, you can see Yorkshire really trying to take Ali's easy touches away. They're trying to force him as far as they can outside the key, and then they're bringing that low double. So, you know, Ali got tons of experience straight away, looking to the weak side of the court and looking to pass that ball out. So, you know, this is kind of where Fury have to be ready to shoot the ball and re-attack on these closeouts.
Yeah, smart take foul there by Onwas, knowing that there's no foul trouble for himself or the team. Sensing a little bit of momentum building for Yorkshire. Take the foul, slow it down, let Fury regroup on defence. Here we've got Burrows playing on-ball defence to Lewis, who gets free for a step back, and it's come a bit too strong as Bunyan advances the ball to Hendry on the wing, who gives it back to Venus. Fraser, it's a foul line jumper, you can take that usually, but looking to get everyone in the offence. Great pass inside there by Burrows for Hendry, who gets fouled and misses, but going to the line for two.
Yeah, I think you kind of touched on it there. You know, that's a shot that Ali's been making for years. You know, really good mid-range jump shooter. But you know, kind of seeing the momentum of the game, he's decided to take a little bit more time off the clock. You know, get everyone involved, and it's led to Murray Hendry free throws. So, no, good patience there by Big Ali.
Yeah, it's the third time now that Ian McDonald's had to come over and speak to the Yorkshire coach. So, we must need to keep an eye on that. Hendry at the line makes the first one. This was a weakness of Murray a couple of seasons ago, but something he's worked incredibly hard at to become a much better free throw shooter, knowing that he gets fouled a lot, knowing that he gets put in these positions a lot. So it's something that has vastly improved over the last couple of seasons. And there he goes, he makes the second.
Yeah, and 6 minutes to go in the first half, and that is now 36-35 to the Yorkshire Dragons. So a 1 point game here at Grangemouth.
Good defence on the ball again there by Bantu. Stays in front of his man, but Lewis just goes through the body. He elevates too high and he's over the defence before they can do anything about it. Leginas was looking for Hendry in the post there, but it was good ball denial by Corey Johnson. Ali again doubled, but kicks it to Leginas, swings the ball to Bunyan. There's Fraser on the elbow, and just too strong.
That's really good ball movement though by Fury, but they need to get back. You know, this is where Jordan Whelan's really good at getting 2 feet into the key and kicking back out.
Great scramble defence there by Fury on the fast break. Able to get out and challenge Joseph Shaw. Fight for the rebound, which ended up going out of bounds off of Yorkshire. Bunyan now has the ball, bringing up the court, looking for a screen from Fraser. Left wing here now with Murray Hendry. Some cross-screen action on the baseline. Ball finds Fraser in the post. Again doubled, but that time fouled by Lewis.
Yeah, it's a good play by Lewis. I just think he caught a little bit of Ali's hand there first. Maybe a little bit lucky, you know, because I think Ali was looking at passing that ball straight back out to Johnny, and you know that's a really high percentage shot for Fury.
And sub again here. Onwas back in for Eddie. Back to Fury's starting 5 again, as Fury are down by 3 with 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Ali finally got some single coverage in the paint, but tough when Yorkshire are keying in on him so hard. Wide open for 3 again by Johnson, but comes up too strong. Rebounded by Ulf, and Yorkshire reset it at the top of the key with Lewis. Ulf up to set a screen, so Lewis gets to the baseline. Bit scrappy. Ball finds it to Johnson, but misses. Onwas on the break for Fury. Gets through the key, but blocked by Johnson.
Yeah, I think Prince has just caught him there on the offensive rebound, but down this end, you know, really good defense by Murray that last possession. You know, I think Fury really need to kind of key on some of these guys. Yorkshire very, very dangerous in transition. All good defense there by Bantu, trying to get back in front to slow him down.
Bantu's putting in a great effort here to stay in front of Lewis. It's not an easy shift here, but he's giving it his all. Again, scrappy by Yorkshire, but they managed to find it to a good shooter in Whelan, but he misses off the mark that time, and Fury able to get the rebound as Hendry brings the ball up the court. No numbers at the moment as Fraser takes a 3, but this is misses to the right. Oh, great defense there by Onwas to steal on the advance, and Hendry again going to the line for 2 as Johnson tries to take a charge, but he's under the basket.
Yeah, I like that adjustment by Fury on the defensive end. That's them put Prince Onwas, you know, probably their best on-ball defender on Jordan Whelan, you know, trying to quiet him down a little bit. You know, he's been really hurting them. So they went to that smaller lineup. You know, I'd expect to see Prince guarding Jordan for the majority of the rest of this game.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the way forward for Fury. Put size on Whelan with Onwas, because Onwas is still quick enough to move his feet and stay in front of him and make things hard for him. We've had another stub by Fury as Eddie Laguinas comes back in for Ali Fraser, who gets another rest as Murray misses his first one from the line. Fury set up again here for the second free throw. And Murray makes the second one. And we've got a sub here for Yorkshire, number 7, coming into the game for the first time, I believe. Andreas.
Good luck with that one, Brian.
Sorry, I can't pronounce your second name, mate, but Andreas, number 7, is coming in for David Ulf. He brings the ball down the court, finds Johnson at the top of the key. He moves it around to Miko, who makes the corner, the wing 3. His first points of the game, I believe, and that was a nice looking shot. So hopefully that's just a bit of good fortune from him, but it didn't look it with that form.
Yeah, Jack Miko had a huge game against Fury last time these two teams played. So, you know, they've done a good job on him so far, but can't let him get going.
Good ball movement again here by Fury. Finds Laguinas for 3 on the wing, but comes up a little bit short. Team rebound there by Yorkshire. Finds Johnson on the wing on the kind of semi-break. Yorkshire going very small at the moment, seeing that Fraser's off the court. They can make that change, allows them to play a little bit faster. But Fury have kind of matched with a similar-ish lineup. Burrows 3 for 3 on the wing, but just off the mark. But great hustle there by Bantu Burrows to win the ball back. Find Onwas on the semi-break for the easy 2 inside.
Yeah, that's a great strong move by Prince. Landing on 2, taking his time, and good finish at the rim.
Fury, this lineup should be able to switch a lot, but need to switch a lot quicker than that. Johnson is unconscious at the moment from 3.
Yeah, I think Johnson saw that one coming. He could hear Johnny shouting out that he wanted to switch, so he's just kind of stopped a little bit short and got his shot off pretty open.
Yeah, handoff here between Murray and Bantu, finds Johnny at the top of the key for 3 and makes it to answer. So some great shot making by both teams in this first half. Hopefully it continues into the second, because it's been a great game of basketball so far. We've got Fury are down by 3, 41-44 at the moment with 2 minutes to go in the half. Offensive screen there called on 5, number Miko. So turnover ball to Fury, and we've got a whole host of changes coming in here. 2 subs to be made for Yorkshire, and Fraser coming back in for Fury. But we've got a timeout called by, don't know if that was called by Fury or by Yorkshire. Was it called by Fury there? So Fury's second timeout of the half. Again, similar time they called the timeout in the first quarter. 2 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go. Give the guys a rest, let them regroup and a push before the end of the half.
Yeah, you can also see the coaching battle taking place. Fury have just decided to check Ali back in, and Yorkshire have now put it back in. David Ulf and Eddie Brownell. So putting on a little bit more size to deal with Ali. So we'll see the last 2 minutes of this quarter play out.
Yeah, Fury have kept this game very close. It's been a really exciting game so far. The game, I hate to say this, is one of JB's most famous and annoying sayings, but basketball is a game of runs, and there's been no really long sustained runs so far. It's been kind of quick hits, 4 or 5 points, 6 points here, then 6 points the other way. So it's been really high paced, and we're 3 points in it. So yeah, really good.
I'd say the last 2 minutes of every quarter are really important. Going into those into the next quarter. You always kind of look and say, what would it look like if the score was 5 points different either way? So Fury could go into halftime, up to or very close, but they don't want to let Yorkshire go on a run and maybe extend this out to double digits going into halftime. So Fury played really well so far. I think they have to keep doing what they're doing and take away a lot of Yorkshire's 3-point shots.
Definitely. Fury are hoping for an end of the quarter like they had in the first. So as Leginas brings the ball down the left-hand side of the court, David Ulf is now fronting Ali Fraser with a help side back in the key. Fraser finds his way inside, doubled. Tough finish. Facades with it there for a putback 2.
That's great high-low basketball by Fury. I think that was drawn in JB's timeout, and Big Ali Spoons on the offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's an Ali Fraser special. That miss the first 2 and make the third one. Yorkshire on offense here. Ball swings to Whelan. Sets the screen by Ulf. Tries to split through by Ali Fraser. Ali, I thought, had a hand on the ball and just kind of a incidental contact there. It made Whelan fall to the floor, but foul called. First foul on Ali Fraser. 1 minute 23 to go in the quarter. And
incredibly, they've called this a shooting foul, so Yorkshire are going to be going for 2 free throws here. Currently Dragons up 144-43 with 1:23 left in the quarter. Fury in a bit of disbelief here that they've called that a shooting foul.
Yeah, these things kind of even them out in the end. Fury got a controversial shooting foul in the first quarter. Maybe this is just even it out now in the second quarter. But again, we've got a bit of sweat on the floor from that contact, so we just need to get the floor wiped. That's what the pause in the game is at the moment. Right, we're ready to go now, but the game's ready to go, but Whelan isn't. I think are we all this on his time, or what's going on? Whelan at the line for 2. I don't know what the hold up is here. Is he never had anyone blow horns during these free throws before? No. Don't know what the problem with that was.
I'm not too sure. Took a little bit more time to compose himself. Whelan had a very good first half. Misses the second free throw. So Fury have a chance here to tie the game or take the lead with a minute to go in the second quarter.
Yorkshire have been trying to extend their defence the last few minutes of the second quarter. There's a bit of a quick shot there by Area. They like to see the ball swing a little bit more. A lot of contact there. Could have gone either way, charge, block, something, but ended up a no call. Great fast break there by Fury. Finds Onlas for 2, and then timeout called by Yorkshire.
I think that really shows Ali's experience there, catching the ball in the fast break. Yorkshire in position to take a charge and just gives a very quick pass to Prince to score the layup. Yorkshire maybe an unlucky breakdown this end. They thought there was a lot of contact, but Fury capitalised. And like I said, great play by Ali to kind of have the composure to find Prince on that fast break.
Absolutely, yeah. There was that happened right in front of us, and there was a lot of contact. But that's the sort of thing that you like to see let go at this level of basketball. Kind of let the players play, as they say. But yeah.
No, definitely, I would say that the referees have been consistent as well. There've not been a whole lot of fouls called. And it's been a pretty fast, free-flowing game. So, very exciting for the crowd here to watch. The crowd's very loud. So yeah, I think everyone's really enjoying the showcase that's being displayed tonight.
Definitely, yep. I think even though the game started a bit late, we're almost catching up time here because there's been so little stoppages in the first half. But we've got 57 seconds to go. It'll be a Yorkshire ball to inbound underneath their basket after the Fury basket. Yorkshire looking to take the lead again in this game. Here we've got Andreas, first name basis for this guy, bringing the ball up the court. He swings it to Brownell on the wing. He gets a screen from Ulf, he screens for Johnson, who's off. Doesn't even hit anything there, which is severely unlike him after his first half.
Unlike him, and it was a pretty good look there. So, caught a little bit of a break there, Fury.
Yeah, it was a good play. Got the shot they wanted, but just didn't make it. Because Fury had down scheme by Bunyan. He's wide open. That looks off right. Unfortunately, it was off right. And ball was out of play there. So Yorkshire will have the last shot of the half here. 23 seconds to go. Yorkshire ball, game tied at 45. A little bit of pressure here forces Yorkshire into a bit of a...
Yeah, Fury have a foul to give here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they take one to put them back on the sideline like they did at the end of the first quarter.
Bunyan on the ball. Brownell's first shot of the game. That's a shot Yorkshire probably would have wanted, but they get the rebound. 4 seconds to go. Johnson, he makes that one. Of course he does. After airballing the shot before that, he takes a harder shot to end the half and makes it. It's just the way basketball goes sometimes, but yeah, great shot there by Johnson.
That's a tough one for Fury, especially going into the half. They played a lot of good defence in that possession, and they've had a very positive first half. So hopefully they don't lose any momentum, because they should be proud of how they played in this first half, and they've definitely got a chance to win this game. They showed that they're able to compete with Yorkshire and put a lot of points on the board. I think if they tidy some things up at half-time, take away Whelan, make him a bit more uncomfortable, and take away a lot of the three-point shots, then they should be in for a good chance to win this second half.
Yeah, so I think we'll just leave you there. It's half-time, 50-minute half-time, and we'll probably be back 5 minutes to go in the half as we preview the second half of the game. Okay, and we're back here with 1 minute and a half, 1.5 minutes, sorry, to go in half time as we kind of get ready for the second half. Fury 45, Yorkshire Dragons 48. After a really exciting end-to-end first half, we're really looking forward to the second half. Some things to look for, or maybe some thoughts that Fury might have. Yorkshire shot the ball very well, and for Fury to only be 3 points down, I think you take a lot of heart from that. Know that you're kind of doing things well, and you kind of hope that Yorkshire's shooting slows down a little bit as the game goes on. Maybe the distance and the travel is in their legs a little bit too much. But from a Yorkshire point of view, you're shooting really well, you're pushing the pace. You've had maybe a few too many turnovers. So Yorkshire, you're just looking to maybe limit those turnovers in the second half and keep doing what you're doing with the rest of it. So yeah, there's positives for both sides and things to working for both sides. So hopefully it's a bit more of the same from our point of view. It's been a great game of basketball so far.
Yeah, I'd say Yorkshire are, they've had a very good offensive first half. Shout out Pat and Mike who are watching in Hungary just now, Jordan Whelan's dad and brother. Jordan, first half, he's had 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting. That's something that Fury will have to look to take away in the second half. He's kind of getting into the key too often. And the other thing that I noticed from the first half is Corey Johnson. He's got 15 points on 12 shots, but he's put up 12 threes in the first half, and for a shooter of Corey's quality, you can't give him too many looks from behind the arc, and for him to be able to get up 12 threes within the first half is something that Fury can definitely work on for the second half.
That's 100% agree with all of that, Fraser. And so from a Fury point of view, those are the two players I think that we need to limit in the second half. Obviously, Lewis is going to be a big factor as well. He's been quite quiet. He started the game very quickly, but then he kind of took a back seat and let Johnson and Whelan take over. That's a sign of a good point guard, just letting your teammates create when they're hot. So we'll see if that continues, or if he maybe has to take over a bit more in the second half. And just as we were saying, Johnson, wide open three in the right wing, makes that first shot of the second half, followed by a near steal by Lewis. Fraser, we just spoke about it. You need to limit Johnson's 3-point attempts.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there. They kind of ran a play for Miko to come back on that wiper action, and then my vision was pretty blocked. Johnny was guarding Corey Johnson there, and I don't know if it was a screen or if Johnny got caught up on something, but that's too much of an open look for someone like Corey Johnson, especially when he's put up 12 threes in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm just looking at number 5 there. I think his name's about Melky. No, there's no I, so we might have been saying it wrong the whole half. So if we have been, really sorry, mate. But we'll try to do better in the second half. But Fury's first points to the half there comes from Prince Ornwas inside, using his strength with a little right-handed hook shot in the key. Just as he started the game, he started the second half here. Lewis with a nice driving layup through the key. Bunyan left open for 3, just rims out unfortunately. That's a look that he would normally make. Yorkshire advances the ball. Melky with a great in-rhythm 3. Fast start to the half here by Yorkshire. Fury need to try and take this momentum back quickly before Yorkshire get too far ahead here. Fury feed Fraser on the elbow, swing the ball to Bantu. He finds Murray again on the free throw line. It's get a bit congested here for Fury. They need to try and space the floor a little bit. Onwas spins baseline, tries to force a pass through, finds its way to Bunyan, and that is a very veteran smart move there by Bunyan. Knowing he's going to get hit, just throw the ball towards the basket, make it look like a shooting foul to get to the line. Very experienced play there by Johnny Bunyan.
It's been a very high energy start to the second half for this Yorkshire team. They've came out, they've been in passing lanes, they've shot the ball, they've hit 2 threes already to start this half. Fury's play there looked a little bit broken. They ran a couple of staggers, some on-ball screens, and then ended up with Prince in the post. The ball kind of breaks to Johnny at the end of the play, and a late shot clock heaved by Johnny results in 2 free throws. So hopefully he can knock these down. Fury's nerves to begin the second half and show more of the basketball that they're playing in the first half.
There's a lot of debate about that. If there's a shooting foul here by the Yorkshire fans, and Johnny probably wasn't going to shoot it, but once he felt the contact, he threw the ball to the basket to get the shooting foul. Just a smart play, which resulted in 2 made free throws
100%.
by Johnny. Yorkshire now with the ball after those free throws. Lewis driving around to the right hand side. Good hands there by Ali Fraser as he pokes at the ball. Finds Whelan on the wing for a step back three off the mark. Good defense there by Murray Hendry, who saves the pass. Bit off target there by Onwas. Done well to save it, but it results in a turnover as Yorkshire bring the ball back down the court. Lewis gets a screen there from Ulf. Whelan drives baseline, but again loses it. So more good defense as Murray Hendry brings the ball to the court. Goes baseline and misses the layup. Good move there, but just couldn't make the finish.
Yeah, fast start to the second half. That's Melky open again for 3. He won't miss too many of them.
Fury, they're running here with Yorkshire a little bit. They need to take the opportunity, I think, just to slow down a little bit. They're down by 7. Just take a breath, get a good shot as Bunyan makes it through the key and makes a layup there. Good offense by Fury.
I don't think I've seen a Johnny layup like that for about 10 years, but very crafty, getting to the basket there, looking off the defense. You know, players are playing up on him because they know he can shoot the 3. So good job getting to the basket there by Johnny.
Whelan driving through the key. That was a bit of a foul there by Hendry. Kind of barged into him, not really making a play for the ball. Easy call for the referee.
I think Fury have started the second half positively on Jordan. You know, they have to take away Melky and Corey Johnson as well. You know, there's lots of threats on this Yorkshire team. However, there was a very good defensive possession on Jordan Whelan to begin the half. He's 5 of 6 from 2. So, you know, forcing him into more threes, I think, will help them because he's having a lot of success getting to the basket.
Yeah, I think we've just had a technical foul called there on the Fury bench. Obviously, we're there at the other end of the court from us, so I don't know what was said. We couldn't hear, but technical foul called. So 1 free throw here for Yorkshire before the shooting foul free throws. Misses the first one, so we get away with it. And now we've got 2 free throws here. Fury need to be aware that they get into the lineup for the second one. And then Whelan makes the first of his shooting fouls after missing the technical free throw. Ball's live on this free throw here from Jordan Whelan. And he makes the second, so he makes the 2 shooting fouls. 7 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Yorkshire up by 7. Bantu finds his way into the key, kicks the ball out to Leginis. Whelan has got some good high pressure defence there. Ball finds Fraser inside, he misses the layup, but it's fouled.
Ali will be disappointed with that. But again, it was a really good offense by Fury. Really well designed play to get Ali the cross screen and post up. And Prince, very smart, flashing to that free throw line area after he set the cross screen to give himself the angle to find Big Ali down low. So, of course, Ali will be disappointed that he's not finished it and converted for the and 1. But at least he's going to the line and putting Yorkshire back into foul trouble. Another interesting thing to look at here, Yorkshire only have 7 players, so will fatigue play a factor towards the end of the game? You know, if Fury can get to the free throw line more often and put them in a little bit of foul trouble, it might cause some mismatches for Yorkshire going into this second half.
Yeah, Ali Fraser, 1 of 2 from the line there. And just on your point about foul trouble there, Fraser, Melky is on 3 fouls, so another one for him in this quarter here could pose a little bit of an issue for Yorkshire as they find him on the wing for 3, off the mark, doesn't hit anything. There's a fight for the ball. Whelan gets away with a travel maybe there as the shot clock's running low. Forces his way through the key for an and 1 layup. A lot could have been called there. Contact, travels, everything. There's a lot of disbelief on the faces of some of the Yorkshire players. I think they maybe know they got away with something. But at the end of the day, it's a made basket for Jordan Whelan as he goes to the line for an and 1. 1.1 second on the shot clock there.
Yeah, again, a bit unlucky for Fury. Eddie contests the 3-point shot by Melky pretty well. Jordan comes up with the rebound, and then, you know, you could argue he got away with the travel, but also there was definitely a foul in there. But I think Fury were wanting the travel to be called so that there wasn't an and 1. Yeah,
he makes a free throw there for a 3-point play. Again, Whelan being the key man in the second half as he was in the first. Fury have the ball here with Eddie Leginis on the wing. high pressure defence again by Whelan, proving that he's doing it on both ends, not just on offence. Lagunas gets a screen from Fraser. There's some great defence by Yorkshire. Forces Bunyan into a tough 3 as he comes up short. Yorkshire really turning up the pressure on defence here, and Fury, the last couple of possessions, have struggled with that. Johnson for 3 again on the wing. Hits another one. He is lights out tonight.
Again, Corey Johnson, just a really high level shooter. Passes the ball into Ulf. He doesn't stand still, he goes and hunts his own shot, relocates to the corner. You know, it's very difficult to defend someone who's constantly moving. And for someone who shoots the ball so well on the move, you know, he's had a lot of success tonight. And that's a 7-3 already. 7-3 already for Corey Johnson. He's not taking a shot inside the 3-point line. It's easier said than done. You know, it would be good if Fury are able to put up a little bit more pressure and force him to take either pull up twos or get all the way to the basket. But at the same time, you know, it's what his role on this team is to hunt his shot and shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah, and at this point now, he's feeling it. So unless you are right in his face and not letting him get the ball above his shoulders, that ball's going up. He's not seeing a defender anymore with the kind of form that he's on. So Fury really needs to start denying the ball, because he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off. So the best defence now is just to stop him getting the ball.
Absolutely, and I'm sure JB and Keith would have spoken about that during that last time out there. Time out just to kind of slow the game down, regroup the players and kind of stop the bleeding. So let's see what Fury come out and do this next offensive possession. But again, I think it's going to be more defence. They're going to have to get a lot more stops if they're wanting to get back in this game, as it's now out to 12.
Yeah, so here we are, we're 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Johnny's wide open for 3. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Ends up Fury's way. That's a shot Johnny won't back because he was wide open there. That's one he normally makes. The second half has started very well for Yorkshire. They're up by 12 at the moment. But Fury have the ball with a chance to lower the score. And there is a foul called on Yorkshire on the inbounds play on number 93. So that's Nick Lewis's third foul. So again, that point about seven players. So two key players on 3 fouls now.
Yeah, that's an illegal screen on Johnny there. Just never quite got his feet set. Maybe Ali left a little bit early. Good thing is they're not going to be facing this next defensive possession in transition. Prince back on Jordan Whelan, going to try and slow him down. And Eddie has been given the job to try and deny Corey Johnson. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some action coming back towards Johnson. But good hands there by Prince.
Yeah, great defence there by Prince. I wonder if Fury regret a little bit not having Prince on Whelan from the start. The kind of first few minutes of the game, first quarter, he wasn't on Whelan, and that's where it allowed Whelan to get into a bit of a rhythm. And a lovely move there by Ulf, not to commit the charge on Eddie, take his time, set his feet and rise above him for the layup. Fury here trailing by 14, Onwas on the wing, gives the ball to Bantu at the top of the key. He's open for 3, takes it, bit too strong, hits the back of the ring. Fraser fights for the ball, and a lot of debate between the referees on whose ball that was, and Ian McDonald from the other side of the court comes through and makes a decision.
I will say that you know, something not all the players know in the FIBA rules. The ball's still live even if it goes over the backboard unless it hits the stanchion. So good job by Ali there, showing his experience to keep playing. Good post up by Al, and good finish at the basket.
Yeah, Ali seeing the double team come from the baseline side, makes his move into the key away from the double team, and a nice left-handed hook shot in the middle of the lane. Fury have changed their screen defence a little bit. Fury have changed how they're defending that ball screen a little bit, and they're kind of leaving Ulf to roll into the key, not thinking he's a threat to make the basket, but he made a great pass there to Melky in the corner for 3. Johnny with a pick and roll there with Fraser, finds him back on the block. A little turnaround 3 there by Fraser, just off the mark, as Murray fights for the rebound but doesn't get it.
Good pressure here by Bantu, picking up Johnson as soon as he crosses half court. But Johnson just throwing a little fake,
yeah,
getting a little bit of separation.
Little touch foul there by Onwas. It's not one you like to see called, but it's one that you see called a lot, but incidental contact really embellished a little bit by Johnson, but everyone does that now. You can't really blame him too much for that. What that does raise, though, is Onwas' third foul, which is something that Fury will need to be aware of moving forward, because he has been their key defender on Whelan since he got hot in the first half.
Yeah, it's also Fury's 14th foul, so I'd expect to see Jordan Whelan being extra aggressive, trying to get to the basket and draw fouls to put them back into to the line.
Fury are getting a little bit disjointed here on offense. I think the increased pressure by Yorkshire's throwing them off a little bit. Johnson, very, very unselfish. Had a good look there. Passed it up to his teammate Melke, who again hits a three. And his percentages must be pretty good as well, because he's not taking as many, but he's 60%. So playing very well there. And on defense, comes across with a block. The second effort allows Murray to get to the line.
Yeah, that's a really good high-low pass there by Fury. I think they need to go back to that, get something towards the basket, something safe that they're not turning the ball over. You know, that last defensive possession for Fury is very, very difficult, especially when you're in a rotation with Corey Johnson and Jack Melke on the other side. You know, I'm sure the Cantwell, the Dragons coach, is now kind of looking at the foul count and keeping his 7 players fresh, so that's Brownlee looking to check back into the game.
Yeah, we spoke about it earlier in the quarter. Melke has been a very key player on both ends of the court, hitting threes, playing good defence, and now in 4 fouls with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. You need to get him out of the game. And there we go. Murray Hendry makes it from the line. Just attempts to put him off by the travelling Yorkshire fans. But that's what we like to see in the game. Vocal but fair, respectful fans on both sides of the court. These guys have travelled a long way to support their team, so you love to see that from them.
Yeah, it's a great support by the Yorkshire fans, and they've been very loud. Both sets of fans extremely loud tonight. Good step back three by Nick Lewis, but it's no good.
Great
I don't know
defense,
who they've called the foul on here.
Great defence there by Johnny to force a tough shot. Bit of a stagnant offence by Yorkshire. I don't quite know what the call is here.
I think they've called a off-ball foul on Murray, which sends Fury over the limit, so that's them in team fouls now. So sending Corey Johnson to the line for 2.
That's one that you don't want. It's good defence, force a tough shot. You like to see that not happen there for Fury.
I think with Melke off the court going into the last 3 minutes of this quarter, you know, and that's him on 4 fouls for the rest of the game, Fury are going to have to up their level of physicality, especially on the offensive end. You know, they can hunt a lot more offensive rebounds now that they've got Prince, Ali and Murray at the 3, 4 and 5 spots, so they should be able to, you know, have a lot more success on the offensive glass now that they've got a much taller lineup than Yorkshire.
Yeah, Fury trail here by 18. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. We've got 4 players on the same side of the court. It's very congested. Murray has a fake 3, takes the second one, just rims out. It was unfortunate there by Murray. As Lewis here drives to the basket. Great passing behind for Ulf. Takes the lead to 20 points. Fury might need a timeout here soon just to try and stop the momentum. Coach John Bunyan has tended to call a timeout in the 2 to 3 minute range every quarter. Let's see if he does it soon. Great pass there by Murray. And that's got to be a basket interference. Goaltend there by Yorkshire. But I don't see how the referee missed that. Good defence by Prince to get the ball back. Fraser finds Bantu for a step-in 3 and makes it. Fury needed that. Fury needed that 3. They haven't scored many points this third quarter, but that should hopefully be a big moment to end the quarter.
Yeah, you can kind of start to feel the momentum shift here. Ali kind of unlucky there not to get that offensive interference call down here, or goaltending call. However, you know, Fury get back on defense. Push the ball down the other end to the Bantu 3, and then good defense by Fury scrambling to force the turnover. So, you know, looking to end the quarter with a little bit of momentum here.
Yeah, Fury made another sub. Eddie is back in for Johnny. 2 minutes to go here in the quarter, sorry. Fraser with a little free throw line jump shot. brings the lead back down to 15. If Fury could get this somewhere, 10, 12 points at the end of the quarter, I think they'll be pretty happy after the third quarter that Yorkshire have had. Lewis here with a ball out top. Eddie playing very good defence. Ball finds Johnson on the wing. Step back three on Murray Hendrick. Good defence, forces a missed shot. Followed by a great rebound by Onwas, who is fouled, moving up the court. Yorkshire are also in the foul trouble. So Onwas has gone to the line for 2 team fouls.
That's so much better defence there by Murray. Really taking that challenge of defending Corey Johnson. Of course, he's a very talented shooter. He's going to hit some of those shots. But Fury really can't let him have these ones where he's comfortable without a hand up. So forcing him into that step back three is great defence by Fury, especially by Murray. And then Prince coming up with the offensive rebound and looking to push right away. It's a really key minute and a half here for Fury. Jordan took a bit of a tumble here. I think he might have a cut on his face. Yeah.
Pretty bad cut on his eye.
Don't like to see that. Hopefully he gets some treatment here pretty quick.
Cut. First aid.
Yeah, first aid.
Yeah, I think it was on that rebound. I don't know what happened. There was arms flying everywhere as everyone. It probably was incidental contact. Nothing was malicious happened. He maybe just caught an elbow in the rebound, unfortunately. But it looks like a pretty bad cut. So with Melky in foul trouble, wheeling out with a cut, quite fortunate set of circumstances here for Fury to end this quarter.
Yeah, Jordan Whelan's a very tough player. You know he's going to get kind of bandaged back up, and he'll be back in the game as quick as he can. Probably a very smart time out there by Paul Cantwell. If anything, it's going to burn a little bit of time to let Jordan get his treatment. And then between just now, the last minute and a half, and then the quarter break, Yorkshire should hopefully have Jordan back on the court, because he's been, without a doubt, the best player on the court tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think an all-round performance, definitely. It's hard to look past Corey Johnson's performance and his immediate impact into the game, but the two of them together have been excellent. So as a recap where we sit at the moment, it's Yorkshire 76, Fury 63. Both teams are in team fouls for the last minute and a half, so aggressive attacking play would make sense for both teams. Jordan Whelan is now receiving first aid treatment on the Yorkshire bench, but it means that he's out of the game at the moment. Yorkshire inbounding the ball under their basket after the 2 free throws by Prince Onwas. Fury on the court have Eddie Leguinness, Bantu Burrows, Princeton Onwas, Murray Hendry and Ali Fraser. Looking to continue this push towards the end of the quarter.
Yeah, you can see what Fury are trying to do here. They're trying to go with a bigger lineup to try and be a bit more physical with this Yorkshire team to finish the quarter, especially with a lot of guards on the court. Really good offense there by Yorkshire, and a very rare miss from Corey Johnson with his feet set.
Yeah, Fury get lucky there. Johnson was wide open in the corner, but you hope for Fury that he slows down a little bit, because he's been so prolific so far. Onwas barrels into the basket. It's called for an offensive foul there. Again,
you can see him, he's trying to use his strength as he's got a little bit of a size mismatch.
We're being told here by David Off that was an offensive foul. As a home commentator, I would disagree with him. But it looks like there's maybe some more contact happened here when Nick Lewis has been hit in the mouth. So again, more incidental contact. That's probably what the offensive foul was for. But
yeah, I think on the spin move, I think Prince has just kind of extended his arm, and I think that's what the referees have seen. So Fury have subbed Prince out, and then they brought in number 11 Adnan Jalil to finish this quarter.
That's Prince's 4th foul as well, so Fury will need to watch that as Nick Lewis slips on the court and falls, but regains the ball and hits a very tough step back jumper and tells the crowd to quiet down a little bit. 15 points again as Fury have the ball on the wing with Johnny Bunyan. He's on his own, driving baseline, finds a great pass to Adnan, who gets through it to the key, misses the layup, fights for the rebound, still loose, but ends up in Nick Lewis's hands for Yorkshire, who will have the last shot of the game with 14 seconds to go.
Yeah, really good pass there by Johnny and good cut by Adnan. Maybe a little bit more patience needed just to finish over the taller defender Ulf there.
Yeah, I misspoke there. I said game, but it's quarter. Misses that one, and that is the end of the third quarter with Dragons up by 15 points, 78-63.
Yeah, really impressed by the way that Nick Lewis has kind of slowed that team down towards the end of the quarter there, showing his experience. You know, played many years in the Canadian CBL and the British Basketball League and the SLB. Sees that two of his main scorers are out the game and kind of settles the team down, burns a lot of clock and takes some high percentage shots for himself there after taking that knock to the face. So really good composure shown by Nick there. You know, and Dragons lead by 15 going into the last quarter.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier about Nick Lewis, is that he started the game very aggressive and then he started the second half very aggressive, but then after that he's kind of just allowed his teammates to take most of the shots and he's played a more of a facilitator role, but when his team needs it, he's kind of taken over more control of the game and more control of the shot making. From a Fury point of view, it's quite a scrappy quarter from Fury, you know, struggling to really establish an outside or inside game. I think Fury need to maybe just get back to what they were doing in the first half, get it inside a bit more, and then start from there and then kick out when the double team comes.
Absolutely. Yorkshire increased their intensity on defence. They were more in the passing lanes and making those post catches difficult for Ali and Murray. You know, with their physicality, they're getting pushed out a little bit more. There was one where Murray ended up taking the corner three. You know, if Fury really established themselves down low in the key, get a couple of easy baskets towards the rim, then that's going to open up everything else for their shooters.
Yeah.
So, you know, Fury really need to come out and starting this quarter with an offense, they need to make sure that they're getting a high percentage look. It doesn't have to be a score, but something that's high percentage that lets them get back in transition defense would be ideal.
Offensively, the third quarter was actually better for Fury than the second, but defensively they allowed 8 more points than they did in the second quarter. So that's how the quarter felt a little bit worse for Fury, even though they scored 1 more point. As we get ready to start the final quarter here, we've got Johnny Bunyan getting a ball screen from Ali at the top of the key. Ball swings at Murray Hendry, who makes a tough cross-court pass to Eddie Laguinas, who drives baseline, finds Murray for an emphatic dunk, cutting through the lane. It's a great start to the quarter for Falkirk Fury.
That's just great team basketball. You know, Eddie takes the baseline drive. Murray sees that his defender's turned his head, so he goes right down the middle of the key, and everyone knows what Murray's going to do when he gets 2 feet inside the key. He's going to go up and dunk it. So good finish by Murray. And a little bit of a disjointed offense there by Yorkshire. You know, Fury have came out, you know, a dunk to get a little bit of momentum. Yorkshire starts second guessing themselves.
Yeah, interestingly, Melky's back in the game here on 4 fouls, so he'll need to be very careful on defense. So Fury should be trying to get towards him, seeing if he's going full blast. And an emphatically crazy dunk there by Murray Hendry, which is called off for a travel. I'm not sure about that one, and the crowd is letting the referee hear it after that call.
I think it's unlucky, and you know all that players ever want is for consistency, and the refs have been very good tonight. However, there was one earlier in the third quarter where, you know, the Yorkshire player took about 4 steps and got the and one. So, you know, I think Fury are a little bit disheartened by that.
And at the end of the day, we're here for entertainment, and calling plays like that off for a marginal travel is not what we want to see from the referees. But great defense there by Johnny Bunyan, but the rest of the Fury team stand and watch. And that ends up in a buzzer-beating layup there for Yorkshire. But it's great defense by Fury. Johnny saves it, ball gets thrown into the middle of the key, and the Fury players stand still. Right, we've got an issue with something here, maybe clock or score, I'm not sure. There's the referees over at the table just checking score, I think.
Yeah, I think they put the score up on the wrong side there.
Wrong side. Yeah, so I think we are at 80-65. Dragons up by 15. Fury getting the ball sideline out of bounds. Johnny Bunyan at the top of the key. Receiving a screen from Ali Fraser. Looking here for Adnan Jalil on the wing. Makes a move on Melky, which is what you need to be doing. Ali Fraser gets the rebound and makes the layup. That's what Adnan needs to be doing, to going at Melky. He's on 4 fouls. Let's see what defence he has.
Yeah, you know, I think Adnan will be disappointed that he's missed that layup, but getting to the rim. Back out. Good job. Look ahead.
Fast break dunk there from Murray Hendry. Great defence from Fury to make the fast break opportunity.
Yeah, Ali done a good job just to bat that ball away from David Ulf, who's a very good offensive rebounder. Adnan gets the ball and Murray's a little bit ahead of the rest of the pack, so just looking up and passing ahead, that's a good momentum builder for Fury going into these last 8 minutes.
Yeah, Jordan Whelan back on the court with that cut over his eye fixed, so we'll see how his visibility is and how his head is after that contact. Great defence here by Murray Hendry to force Johnson into a missed layup. Johnny brings the ball away, gets doubled at the halfway line. Ball's loose, finds its way to Ali Fraser for a long 2. Just comes up short as Lewis gets the rebound. Great defence there by Fury. Ball's loose, Eddie picks the ball. It's all over the shot.
It's an by Johnny.
Ali Fraser for the layup, but it's fouled by Corey Johnson. Bit hectic at the moment there. Ball flying everywhere, players flying everywhere. Excellent game of basketball. But as we slow down and try and catch our breath here, Ali Fraser's at the line for 2 with Fury down by 11 points.
Yeah, that's great hustle by both teams. You know, Melky getting on the floor to keep that ball alive. Just happens to break to Fury, and Johnny showing a little bit of composure there, looking off the corner pass and finding Ali underneath to send him to the line for 2. Again, something to keep an eye on. I think that was on Nick Lewis, so that is Nick's 3rd foul. So that's now
Corey Johnson's 3rd.
Was it Corey Johnson? Corey Johnson's 3rd foul. So
yep.
Corey Johnson's 3rd foul with Nick Lewis on 3 and Melky on 4.
Ali Fraser goes 2 from 2 from the line there to get the score under 10 with 80-71. Good fight back here at the start of the 4th quarter by Fury. They keep this momentum up, starting with this defensive stop here, which has Jordan Whelan has the ball on the right wing. Passes it into Ulf on the side. Johnson for a 2. Maybe too close there because it's a little bit long. Ball rebounds out for a Fury inbound ball.
Yeah, you can see the adjustment there. Murray almost daring Jordan to take that 3-point shot. He's not playing as up on him because he's been so good going to the basket this game. Also, Johnny Gard and Corey Johnson has forced him into a couple of really tough threes. Forces him into a contested mid-range there. So good defensive job by Fury.
Fury in offense here with Eddie coming through the key. Ball is thrown out of bounds by Murray Hendry. Unfortunately, I thought from here maybe it took a flick off a Yorkshire player, but it wasn't, and it's a Yorkshire ball under their own basket.
Yeah, maybe not the offense that Fury would have hoped for, but at least it was patient. They're limiting now Yorkshire in transition. It's not the worst turnover for them to have. Obviously, they would have preferred to have got a good look at the basket there, but the ball going out of bounds, they're now able to go back and set up their defence. Bantau's now taking on that role of guarding Corey Johnson and make sure that he's coming off the 3-point line, with Eddie guarding Nick Lewis and Prince guarding Melky.
Yeah, Prince back in the game on 4 fouls. Very important that he stays on the court for the rest of the game as Murray fights and saves the ball. A lovely little Euro step there from David Ulf after the ball was saved by Murray.
Yeah, great finish by David. But again, it's Whelan keeping that ball alive. He won't be accredited with the rebound, but he's kept that ball alive and given his team an extra opportunity to the basket.
Good offense here by Fury. The ball swung and moved. Ali's got it on the wing, backing down his player, finds Eddie at the top. Tries to push it into Hendry. Again, he's got a wee push shot on the key, fighting for the rebound, ends up with Melky's hand. I think Eddie just needs to be a bit more confident and just take the shot there. Okay, Yorkshire has the ball with Whelan coming up the court, guarded by Bantu Burrows. Gets a screen from Ulf and a second. He barrels into the key, nothing on, throws the ball out of the court. Very good defence there by Bantu.
Yeah, that's a much better job by Fury. Bantu going under 2 screens, from Jordan Whelan there.
Okay, I think we're back after some technical difficulties there, but managed to work through it, and we're back here. I think we only missed about 2 minutes of actual gameplay, so sorry about that, but we're back here for the last 4 minutes of the game. Fury are down by 11 after 2 missed free throws there by Prince Onwas. I don't think you missed anything too exciting, so Yorkshire don't need to know about David Ulf's dunk, so he can tell you about it. I'm sure he can describe it to you once he gets home. Good trapping defence there by Fury. As Bantu comes away with it, pushing down the court, finds Murray through the key for another dunk. Excellent. But Nick Lewis has stayed up the court for a long outlet pass. Very quick three, very dubious decision, but again an offensive rebound, which leads to a Jordan Whelan three, which is again missed. Murray.
Good outlet there by Murray.
Yeah,
and that's
great
going to be
rebound and outlet for Murray, but he's fouled by Ulf.
That's going to be Yorkshire's 4th team foul as well. That was something else that happened during the break. Yorkshire head coach Paul Cantwell was given a technical on the bench by referee Chris Curley. So that's why they're now on 4 team fouls.
Yeah, and Fury team fouls for the rest of the game, which is going to be very important for them. Hopefully they can take advantage. And just to add to the foul worries for Yorkshire, that's Ulf on 3 fouls now as well. So they're very close. They're on the edge to being in real foul trouble here with only 7 players. But we don't like to see games decided like that. So hopefully they can get through the game without losing any players. As we approach the final stretch of the game with Onwas trying to force a pass through to Bantu on the baseline. Maybe you just like to see him recycle it and bring it out after that there. Under 3 minutes to go now. Johnson has the ball at the top, gives it to Ulf, who finds Whelan on the wing. He tries to get past Onwas, who fights him all the way, but foul on the ground, baseline out of bounds on Prince Onwas, and that's his 5th foul, I believe. So that's him done for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough loss for Fury. He's been excellent defensively tonight and had a very good game offensively, especially getting to the basket. You know, that's him finished with 17 points on 7 of 11 shooting, with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. So a very productive night and a very efficient night by Prince Onwas.
Yeah, he's also been the best defender on Whelan, so let's see how Fury do without that. Very strange offense here by Yorkshire. Double post up for the guards. Tough shot there by Johnson as he shushes the crowd. Great move, step back through the legs, contested 3, makes it. Fury feel a little bit flat here. I think they maybe need the crowd to get behind them again. They're down by 12. After a tough pass there by Murray Hendry, trying to find Bantu in the wing, but it sails out of bounds and hits the back wall. Timeout called here by Fury. 2 minutes 15 to go. 89 to Yorkshire, 77 to Fury. Still time. Fury can make some threes to get back into it, but it's looking tough.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the last roll of the dice here by Fury. Down 12 with 2 minutes to go. They're going to have to play with a little bit more pace, maybe take a few more risks and trap a little bit more on defense, maybe gamble on some passes. So, you know, they have been on runs before in this game where they've had 10-point swings, so it's far from finished. And Yorkshire on the other side of the ball, they're going to be looking to burn as much clock as they possibly can. I'd look for Nick Lewis to kind of really take control of this game, look to get Whelan and Johnson involved again. Yeah,
something he's done at the end of kind of all the quarters. Nick Lewis is just kind of start to control the game a bit more. But I think this last 2 minutes will be almost roles reversed. The whole game, Yorkshire have been looking to push the pace and get up the court early, score early, high pressure defence. And Fury have been a bit slower, more methodical, rigorous team. But now it needs to be the other way around. Fury need to play fast, and that is risky against a team like Yorkshire, who are so good on defence and have got such good shooters. So Fury need to be really careful with the ball, because it's going to go 2 ways. Either they bring it back or they lead balloons. I don't see this staying at 12. It either comes down or it goes to 20.
No, and that's the great thing about semi-finals. There's no points differential. There's nothing else to play for. It's win or go home. So Fury really have to, kind of roll the dice and play a lot quicker and take a few risks here.
Absolutely. So Yorkshire have the ball here with Lewis on top, looking for a screen. Murray Hendry playing some good defence on him. Shot clock is rolling down, so they've achieved that. Lewis makes a move, Great move, but misses the layup. Bantu gets the ball, pushes up the court.
He may have Johnny for a 3 here if they look up.
Again, Johnny in the corner for 3. Murray fights for it, but misses. Looks like he's hurt his calf a little bit, which is not what you need at this moment
He
in
may
time.
have to take a foul here to stop the possession.
Johnson there for a little layup, and the ref stops the game. The game would be stopped on last 2 minutes anyway, so that's not the ref going like out of his way to do that for an injured player. The clock would have been stopped, so there's an opportunity for this to happen. I think Fury are making a sub here. Adnan is coming back in for Murray after that.
Yeah, Murray's putting a good shift tonight. Let's hope it's just cramping, nothing more serious. Unlucky on that putback right there. Felt it was fouled on the first one, but done well to stay with it and get his rebound. Just unlucky not to finish at the second attempt.
Yeah, a lot of effort being outlaid by Murray Hendry tonight. Okay, Fury have the ball skin here from Ali Fraser. Ball swings to Ali at the top of the key. He makes his move, but loses the ball from a steal. Whelan's going to the basket on the break, but loses control. Ball out of bounds for a Fury inbounds under the basket.
And that's great to see by Eddie. You know, the team's down 14, giving that little bit of extra effort after the turnover. He's getting back, he's getting his body in front of Whelan and forcing him into a turnover.
Fury called their third and final timeout of the half here. 1 minute 17 to go, down by 14 points. Apart from Princeton Onwas having 5 fouls, the rest of Fury have surprisingly committed very few fouls the whole game. Maybe that's something that they'll look back on and think that they could have been a bit more aggressive on defence, put their fouls out a bit more.
Yeah, especially when Corey Johnson's been able to put up 17 threes and shot a very good percentage as well. He's 8 of 17. You know, maybe playing a little bit more aggressive with him and taking a couple of fouls and not letting him get comfortable. I know he's hit a lot of tough ones in the second half, but there was a few times in the first half that maybe they've allowed him to get comfortable and get into a rhythm. But he's been incredible tonight. At the end of the day, he's still have to knock these shots down. And he's a very tough player to guard, especially when you've got Whelan, Ulf, Melky, Nick Lewis, and of course, we've spoke about him a lot, Jordan Whelan on the court. It's 5 very good scoring options.
As we stand with 1:17 to go, Johnson's on 30 points and Jordan Whelan's on 24. They're the leaders for Yorkshire. For Fury,
Big Ali has got 19 points and 14 rebounds, 7 offensive. Johnny with the 3 here.
Off the mark, and an incredible rebound there by David Ulf. Skying over everybody to take that to the sky. That's what you want from your big man at this stage of the game. Just put the game to bed, get the rebound, and calm everybody down.
Yeah, it's a good look by Fury, you know, getting their best 3-point shooter an open look. But David Ulf, again, no one else was taking that ball off him. He got a lot higher than everyone else. And can see Yorkshire taking a long time to take a shot here, burning a lot of clock. We'll see if Fury try and trap or double team the ball at any point in this possession.
Yeah, I feel like Fury are in foul territory where it should be just stopping the clock and fouling, especially because they're not in team fouls yet. But ends up in a missed Corey Johnson 3, rebound to Bantu Burrows, who brings the ball to the court with 42 seconds to go. I think Fury are not giving up on it, but they're not playing with the level of urgency that they need to win this game. Turnover again there. I think the last 3 possessions from Fury have been turnovers. Just really down the stretch have struggled to cope with Yorkshire's pressure defence.
Yeah, although it's at 16 points just now, maybe this goes in from Bantu. 16 points, I doubt that Yorkshire will take this last shot here. It's not felt like a 16-point in the game though, Brian. It's been very close throughout. It's been a great performance by both teams, and I think Yorkshire have came up, you know, had a delayed start to the game, a little bit of a difficult journey, and they played incredibly well tonight. So best of luck for them going into the final.
Absolutely, yeah. Like we said when it was 12, it was either going to go one way or it was going to go the other. It wasn't going to stay the same. And unfortunately for Fury, the lead grew. This towards the end, a little bit disjointed on offence, but absolutely agree with you, Fraser. It was not a 16-point. It's for a lot of the second half. Excellent game of basketball by both sides, but just kind of ran out of steam towards the end. But a great advert for basketball in Britain tonight, and a great spectacle for the fans in attendance and for everyone watching online. But yeah, I'd also echo your sentiment. Good luck to Yorkshire in the final. Fury have played them twice now, so you always want to get beat and put out by the team that wins it. So we also obviously hope that Yorkshire wins the final now. So yeah, best of luck to them and a safe journey back down the road. Hopefully the bus doesn't break down on the way home.